Hi everyone, it's Jeannie with Moonlit Spa Creations, and today I am making Good Morning Sunshine soap. Make sure to subscribe so that you can see all the great videos that I have coming out. So I have the oils already melted. I have cocoa butter, coconut oil, olive oil, and palm oil. And then the lye is cooling down right now, so I want to get them to about 100 degrees. They can be about 10 degrees difference before you start mixing them together. So I'm going to put mix the micas together while I'm waiting. I have a magenta mica and a yellow mica for the coloring, and I am mixing this with some rice bran oil. And so this will make the Good Morning Sunshine colors. I'll have a base color, which is kind of a yellow creamy color, and then the magenta and the yellow. So the essential oils that I'm using for Good Morning Sunshine is lavender, rosemary, and peppermint. So here I am measuring out the essential oils. I have a half an ounce of lavender, half an ounce of rosemary, and 1.4 ounces of the peppermint. So I'm going to mix that all together and set it aside. So the lye and the oils are about 10 degrees apart right now, so I'm going to pour in the lye and start mixing away. This will take a few minutes to mix, and once it comes to a light trace, I add the essential oils and just keep on mixing until it comes to a light trace. So now I'm going to split up some of the base soap here between these two measuring cups so that I can go ahead and mix the micas in there for the coloring. So this one is the yellow, and then I'll put the magenta in and mix them with the hand mixer. I want to get it a little bit more trace out of it, make it just a little bit thicker before I start pouring it. So now what I'm going to do is, this is called an in the pot swirl. So I take the yellow and I pour 4 pours high and 4 pours low. And then I will take the magenta and do the same thing. I do 4 kind of high so that it gets down below. And then I'll do 4 spots a little bit lower. And then I take I'll grab the spatula and I will do a couple of swirls around. You got to be careful because a lot of times you just want to keep going and then you end up just making a big old soupy mess. Kind of looks like mustard and ketchup, doesn't it? So I'm going to pour that in the mold and leave a little bit of room at the top for the yellow and the magenta to kind of give it a little bit of a decorative touch. And I'm going to shake it and pound it down a little bit to get the bubbles out. And then I'll take the yellow and the magenta and I'll put a line on top of each. Kind of got to wiggle it out. It's starting to get a little bit thicker now. As it sits, it gets a little bit thicker, so you have to work with it quickly. And then I'm going to take like a little stick and do like a figure 8 through it. And this too, you got to be careful because sometimes I just want to go crazy and just keep doing it and making more swirls. I'm trying to get the magenta in more with the yellow. And then that's pretty much it. I'll tap it down to get some more bubbles out. And then I'm going to spray it with rubbing alcohol, and that helps to keep it from being ashy on top. So I let it set for about a day until it firms up, and then I'll come back the next day and take it out of the mold. Takes a little bit of finagling. I don't want to squeeze the loaf when I'm taking it out because the soap is still very soft. Soap takes about anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks to cure, to get hard enough to use. So I finally finagle it out. So once I get it out of the mold, I need to cut the soap. So I use this miter saw and a big, like a big paint scraper to cut it. I have marks in my miter saw that are about, it's about an inch. So I will get 12 1-inch bars out of this loaf. And so I'll go ahead and cut all this, and I'll have to set it aside to cure. Like I said before, curing takes between 4 to 6 weeks. And how I know if it's ready, I'll show you in a minute. Once I'm finished cutting all this up, I go ahead and speed it up for you so you don't have to sit there and watch me cut it. Although it's kind of nice to slice right through it. It's like slicing through cheese. So this is the cure card that I use that lists all the ingredients on it and the date. And then I'll take one of the bars of soap and I'll weigh it with the date on it. And I'll weigh it every few days. And when it stops losing weight, then it's ready. Again, that takes between 4 and 6 weeks. It depends on what's going on with the weather. And here we go. There's the finished product of Good Morning Sunshine soap. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe.